everyone. It's Wednesday, and today's recipe is going to be our dairy-free fettuccine Alfredo. It's not gluten-free. I am using regular noodles instead of gluten-free noodles. If you want to use gluten-free noodles, I suggest using zucchini noodles and using those in a spiralizer. If you don't have a spiralizer, what do you call it? A grater makes a good substitute to make little bitty short noodles. But yeah, that's what we're going to be making today. We're going to boil our noodles first, and then we're going to make our sauce. So, let's get to it. Alright. We got our water in our pot. We're going to put it on high heat to get it to boil. While that's getting ready to boil, we're going to open up our noodles. These are just like store-brand noodles. We're just doing enough. Doing about 2 servings worth. So about the size of a quarter, I think. We're going to be putting in our pot. We're going to be snapping it just a second. Now, while our water is boiling to put in our pasta, I'm going to be washing and cutting up 3 very small potatoes to make our sauce with. And then all of our ingredients for our sauce are going to be here. Now, it's going to be like our ziti sauce, but there's not going to be any agar-agar powder, and there's not going to be nearly as much tapioca starch because we're going to have the potatoes in it. So that's what's going to happen. Alright, we're still going to need olive oil for our noodles so they don't stick, and we're going to need to put them in a bowl off to the side while we're making our sauce. So while my pan is heating up, I'm going to let that come to a boil. When I need to put my noodles in, I'll check back with you, and I'm going to be washing and cutting up these potatoes. Alright, I've cut up my potatoes. I've put them in my blender cup, but they're not going to stay in there. We have to boil them first. And I'm also going to need to cut up half of a small onion. Now our pot has started to boil, so I'm going to take about a quarter-sized amount, or like a round, that's the size of a quarter, of pasta out. There we go. That's about right. Okay, those pieces are already broken. We're going to break it in half. Boom. Throw it in our pot. We're going to take a pinch of salt to help it boil. And we're going to take a spoon, give it one quick stir. On our box, it says it's going to take about 11 to 12 minutes for it to cook. So while that's happening, we're going to cut up our onion, and I'm going to get I got my coconut milk out to make our sauce. Now, if you've also got some garlic, some minced garlic would also go really good in this recipe. I am completely out, and I'm not going to the store this week for at least a few more days. So, yeah. Give that a stir every once in a while. Help the noodles cook. And we're going to cut up an onion. I've just finished cutting my onions. My noodles aren't done yet, or my pasta isn't done yet. But I wanted to say that when cutting up your onion, it doesn't matter if it's in big chunks or little chunks. You're going to be boiling it and putting it in a blender. So big chunks are fine. I cut mine pretty small, you know. But they're gonna be boiled and put in a blender, so it doesn't really matter how rough or fine that you cut your potatoes and your onions, because we're gonna be boiling them. All right, our pasta should be done. I've taken a tiny piece out to taste and see if it's. I've taken a tiny piece out to cool to see how it tastes, to see if it's the consistency we want. That's good. Yeah, it should be good. We're going to be taking our pasta out. We're going to be putting it into this bowl. We're going to keep most of our water. The starchiness in it is going to help with our sauce. If you want, you can toss it out and get fresh water, but this water is already hot, and we're going to be needing it to boil our vegetables. So, we're going to take it out. Put it in our bowl. All the little tiny stuff. Done. Alright, we're going to put our heat back up to boiling. We're going to put in our potatoes and our onions. And we're going to have those boil for about 5 minutes or until the potatoes are fork tender. Whoops. Made a mess. Those in there. Alright. And I turned it off. There we go. Give it a quick stir. It's already got salt in it. If you want, you can put in a little bit more salt. Just to help season the potatoes, just maybe a little bit. Pinch of salt. Boom. I'm going to stir this up. Let that come back up to a boil. Alright. Keep this out. And in our blender cup, we are going to take about a cup, 3/4 of a cup of our plant-based milk. The rest of the liquid is going to come from the water from the potatoes. We're going to take a little bit of olive oil and put that on our noodles so they do not stick. Shuffle those around with our little tongs. Just so they don't stick. I'm running out of olive oil. Lovely. I'm going to go off camera in just a second and grab some more olive oil because I'm going to need some for my sauce in just a minute. I have plenty, so I'm not too worried about it. Alright. Found my emergency stash of olive oil. I can put a little bit more in our noodles. Pasta, excuse me. Turn those around so they don't stick. Booyah. We're going to turn off our pot. Our potatoes should be done. Grab a fork. Grab our spoon. Do a taste. Do a little test. And nope, they're not done yet. Turn that back on. Cool. We're going to take our blender cup. We're going to add about a teaspoon of olive oil. A few drizzles. Not much. Boom. We're going to take nutritional yeast, tapioca powder, flour, excuse me. I'm going to put that last. Putting a tablespoon tapioca flour. And like that. Gonna rinse it off. Because I only have so many measuring spoons. Dry it off. We're going to add one and 2 tablespoons of nutritional yeast. We're going to take 1 teaspoon of paprika, like so. We're going to take 1 teaspoon of oregano, 1 teaspoon of parsley, 1 teaspoon of basil, we're going to take a teaspoon of garlic salt. We're going to take a half teaspoon of garlic salt. We're going to fill up our teaspoon halfway. Like that. We're going to put a whole teaspoon of garlic powder. Like that. Alright. Lay it off to the side. We're going to need to put our vegetables into our mixing cup with a little bit of water. We're going to put this to blend and then our sauce should be done. So while that's happening, I'm going to clean up all the seasonings that just dumped everywhere. And I'll get right back to you. I almost completely forgot. I have a cup of salted cashews that I had sitting, and I had forgot to put it on my work surface, so I nearly forgot to put it in. But this is a cup of cashews that I had soaked in boiling water for about 15 minutes that we're also going to be adding to our cup, as well as a 1/4 teaspoon of white pepper. 1/4 teaspoon of white pepper. We're going to add our cashews. We're going to add the water from our cashews because it has salt in it. So when our vegetables come out, we're just going to put them in there. Let me check my potatoes while I'm here. Before I go see about the camera. And our potatoes are done. So we're going to take that off. I'm going to see if I can grab a slotted spoon. Yep. I recently inherited some new utensils. I have not been able to find a better home for them than this. So there's a bit of a hierarchy right now in the utensil drawer, but everything's fine. We're going to scoop out our potatoes, put them in our blender cup. One more potato. Booyah. And it goes. Take this here. We're going to put our blender thing on top. Plug it in and blitz it. Check this out. Alright. Need to let it breathe for a second because everything in it was hot. Gonna make a bit of a mess with this one, but it's alright. I kind of cracked my blender cup when I was ill, so I dropped it when I was trying to clean my kitchen and I fell over. It's fine. I'm gonna wipe off our blender cup. This here. And then it's some over. Give it a good shake. And it should be about done. One more just for a second. Alright. Now it's a little bit pink in color because of the paprika. If you don't want it to look that color, I suggest not putting the paprika. But I like the flavoring of it, so it's fine. Take that. Pour some over our noodles, pasta. And give those a quick toss with our toast. Make sure we coat everything. Whoops. All right. These are ready for a taste test. I made a little extra sauce, but that's fine. That just means I get to have pasta 2 other times this week, which I ain't complaining about. Grab a fork. Come up to the camera for a taste test. Let me stir these one more time with these tongs. This one here. All right. Pull the camera up here so you can see me. Hi. And taste test this. And it's incredibly good. for watching. I'll see you next time on Friday, where we're going to be making gluten-free vegan fudge rounds. Because I've been wanting some, and fudge rounds aren't vegan, so I made some vegan ones, and we're going to taste them here on Friday. Thank you for watching. I post every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Today's Wednesday. We've had pasta. Friday is dessert. My social medias are Sweet G Amber. I'll see you next time. Bye now.